What's up, everybody? Let's do this. Happy Hour Tuesday. How are you? Cheers. Got a good rye set up to start things off tonight. How are you? Oh, geez. How about that? I wasn't even on audio. There we go. Anyways, what's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well. I see French is already in the house talking about Rare Breed. Have I ever had it? Yes, I have. It's a great bourbon. Barrel proof, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's a solid one. I think I was drinking that a couple weeks back. Good stuff, man. Nice to see you. Salancha. Anyways, I realized I was talking without the audio on. I got a couple things lined up for the happy hour tonight. I'll tell you a bit about this barrel rye that I'm sipping on in just a second. This is fantastic stuff. I'm going to transition with the Boona 12, maybe a sip of that, and then probably polish off the Wee Beastie because I'm going to be, as I mentioned in the description, starting my first Infinity bottle, which is going to be in, I think it's just going to be a peated bottle or maybe an Islay. I'm not quite sure. So I'll be curious to hear from folks who have some experience doing Infinity bottles. French, maybe you know what's up with that. Kind of how you do it. Do you do it like regionally? Do you just do it by style? I'm not quite sure what to do, but I figured this Wee Beastie will be a good place to start. In addition, later on tonight, we'll go visit our friend, Mr. Cloudy, the Glen Scotia distillery bottle. I got a few updates on that to share. So got a lot going on tonight already. I see there's already 4 folks in the chat. What's up? Say hi. What you sipping on? Richie Z. How you be, man? What's going on? Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you and yours are well, staying safe in this COVID world. Things are just starting to open up a little bit here in Philadelphia. So not sure if that's a good sign or a sign things are about to get even more crazy. You can never quite tell with this. So we'll wait and see on that. But other than that, man, I'm doing well. Hope you are. Been following you on Instagram. Cheers. Matt D's in the house with some Highland Park 12. Good choice. One of my favorites. Nothing poured yet for Richie, though. Let me tell you a little bit about this thing that I'm starting with today. Definitely not starting out light. This is a barrel rye. It's got it says to rye or not rye. I will rye with a Homer Simpson custom label on the back. This was bottled exclusively for a store called Benash Liquors and Wines, which is in southern New Jersey, and bottled for the South Jersey Bourbon Drinkers, which I am a member of. 63.17% ABV, 13-year Canadian rye cask strength. So this thing is packing some punch. As you can see, I've done some damage to it, but surprisingly not as much as I should have, considering how freaking awesome this is. One of the better ryes I've ever had. It's got all the heat and spice that you'd expect out of a rye, but it really comes in kind of creamy, vanilla, sweet. So it's a nice ride. It's definitely not that kind of over-the-top dill spice, that you get off some ryes. It's not surprisingly as spicy, maybe as you would expect overall. But again, 13 years, that'll probably do it to a rye. It's the oldest rye I've ever had, so I don't have a point of comparison. But really good stuff. From what I understand, and once some of our Canadian friends are in the house, maybe I'll re-up this question. But from what I understand, it's actually so barrel, like I mentioned, they kind of do their own thing. They basically just buy barrels and bottle them. But since this is a Canadian rye, I'm told this is Alberta Premium, but I'm not quite sure, as you can never buy any Alberta Premium stuff here in the States because it's not available. Maybe some of our Canadian friends, when they're in the house, will have some answers on that. But in any event, fantastic stuff. Oldest rye I've ever had by far, and quite delicious. So I'm going to enjoy a little sip of this while we hang out for a while. As always, we hook it up with Telex a little bit after 9 o'clock tonight. He's going to be reviewing some Ben Rinnes. I don't have any Ben Rinnes, so we're just going to hang out. I'm going to hear all about it because it's a distillery I've never had anything of. All right. Ben Demon Hunter's in the house. What's up, Ben? Cheers to you. And right away, Richie said the rye is probably from Alberta Premium. Well, Richie, you might be right on that. I think that's probably the case. Ben, I think Ben is in Canada. Maybe Ben knows about barrel stuff and what they purchase, but I think it is probably Alberta Premium, is what most folks tell us. Matt D. Richie, I've never had Ben Rinnes either, but very curious. Yeah, this will be a good time to learn about it because we're going to he's doing something called the Flora and Fauna bottle, which, frankly, I'm not quite sure what that is. So I'm going to be learning right around with y'all if you're hanging out to go to Telex's show tonight because I don't know anything about it. Ben in the house just got here. What are you sipping? Just got home from work. Yeah, Ben. I'm sipping this barrel rye. It's a single barrel, 13-year-old, 60. What did I say it was? 63% ABV Canadian whiskey, Canadian rye whiskey. And I was just asking. I think it's maybe Alberta Premium, Wiser's. I'm not quite sure what Canadian rye they use in these, but was waiting for some of my friends from north of here to hop in who might have some insight into this, so maybe you know. Peter White's in the house. What's up, Peter? Oh, Peter's saying that it's barrel rye is ADL, so I'm assuming that means Alberta Distillers Limited. Not quite sure. But it sounds like I'm probably on the right track thinking this is Alberta Premium Rye. So again, that's not a rye whiskey you can get here in the United States. They don't sell Alberta Premium. I always see some of the folks in Canada who are reviewing doing reviews. They talk about Alberta Premium being a really quality dram, but I wouldn't know because you can't find it anywhere. Send me some, y'all. All right. Folks saying hi to each other. Andrew Page is in the house. Just got in. Hope all is well. Good to see you, Andrew. Welcome to another little Tuesday Booze Day. Be curious for folks who are in. Any of you guys big fans of rye whiskey? If so, any that you would recommend? I do like rye, but I don't. It kind of goes in waves. Sometimes I get really into it and I want to drink nothing but rye for a while, and then I kind of forget about it and don't touch it. I'm kind of getting back into it now. In fact, I'm about to review a whiskey relatively soon, single malt Scotch that is aged exclusively in rye, American rye barrels, called the Glenmorangie Speos. Been really enjoying that for some time, and it's about time for a review of it. I think it was one of the it's one of their like private editions that they release every year from a couple of years back. I'm not quite sure what year it came out, but really good stuff. But hit me up in the chat, let me know. You guys got ryes you recommend? Check it out. I'm definitely in the market for looking for a few others. I think some of the ones I've really enjoyed over the years, Pikesville, Willet. They have like a 2, 3, and a 4-year rye you can get somewhat easily. And then they got these outrageously priced, like secondary market only 8, 9 years, 7 years, stuff like that. Those are really hard to get, but enjoy the Rittenhouse rye, which is a really standard one here in the US. It's like 20, 25 bucks, 50% because it's bottled in bond. So comes in pretty good at a good price. And holds up really well in a cocktail if you're into like making Manhattans and stuff, even old fashions for that matter. Rittenhouse, not bad. Another one that I really like is the there's the regular Sazerac, which is going up kind of outrageously in price too, which I don't quite understand. I've never had that BTAC, specialty one or whatever, but yeah. Anyways, hit me up. Give me some rye suggestions, y'all. Peter White's got a bunch. Whistle Pig is ADL. Masterson's is ADL. Lock, Stock, and Barrel, Hochstadter's. Hochstadter's is what I've seen. I've never seen Masterson's. So those are both Canadian. Are these all ADL Canadians or just those first two? I'd definitely love to get into some of those. Whistle Pig 18 is Wiser's. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, yeah, Lot 40. So I've had the regular Lot 40 too. I should have mentioned that. That's solid stuff for sure. For sure. Peter White's got another one. Michter's Barrel Strength. Oh, man, yeah. That's so hard to get. I've never seen those out in the wild. I mean, I think I've seen them secondary market, but that stuff is so hard to find. But yeah, usually rye, I like to drink it kind of when the weather's cooler. That is not what the case is here in Philadelphia. Summer is in effect here. We were hit almost 90 degrees today. It's supposed to get like 90 degrees tomorrow. Hopefully cooling off a little bit later this week, but summer is in full effect here. So rye whiskeys are not something I'm tending to gravitate towards because they just warm me up so much. But I couldn't escape it today. I saw it sitting there and I was like, I haven't visited this one in a while. And it's just so delicious. Amazing stuff. They're actually going to put a bit more water on it. Anyways, Ben said, didn't hear what you said. Oh, yeah. Barrel rye. It's a cast strength single barrel. 13 years old, 63% Canadian rye. So you might have saw already, but that I guess the Canadian rye in this is Alberta Premium. So pretty good stuff. Can't complain. 13-year-old rye, man. And this was like about $100, I think. Some guy upsold it to me at this shop that I go to, and I was like, whoa, I can't say no to something that old. You don't find rye whiskeys at 13 years old for $100 that often. So I had to check it out. Daniel's in the house. What's up, Daniel? Nice to see you, buddy. Matt D. What's Matt talking about? I just lost you in this chat. The chat thing in this tool I use, StreamYard, is a little whack. Thinking about bullet rye. I haven't had bullet rye in a really long time. That used to be one when I lived in Milwaukee. That was a shot of choice when we would play this game, Bar Dice. That was one that we had quite frequently. It's solid. I don't think it's going to wow you, but it's a good intro and probably a good price too. That's probably what, $20, $25. Probably worth a shot. Not sure if anybody here has hard opinions on the bullet rye. Richie says he's not a big fan, but not a huge rye fan, but everything I've had is great. So I'm definitely a fan. Richie. Peter's the rye aficionado. He says, all right, great. So Peter's going to be hitting me with some good ideas then. Ben Demon says, what did ADL stand for? Yeah, I think Alberta Distillers Limited. I'm not quite sure. Maybe Peter White might be able to educate us on what ADL says, but I'm pretty sure what that is because he was saying it's Alberta Premium. So that's my best guess. Yeah, that's another one. Those Michter's releases, those like 10-year-old ryes, the barrel strength rye, the barrel strength bourbon, all those, the toasted barrels, and you just can't find those, They're allocated as hell, so you're lucky if you find one of those on the shelf. Might be worth grabbing one. Oh, nice. Glengoyne cast strength. Just started this bottle. Good so far, says Andrew Page. Not had that one. I'm not sure why. I usually buy the cast strength stuff pretty soon after I've tried something, but I've not had that Glengoyne. What is the ABV on that, or is it kind of like done in batches or anything? Butterscotch. Man, that's good. Peter says he wishes he had a better selection of American rye up in Canada. Yeah, Peter. ADL. Do you know what that stands for in particular? I think Ben was asking. You probably know, as we hear you're a big rye fan and you know a lot about your Canadian whiskey. So my guess was Alberta Distillers Limited, but I'm not quite sure. Ben said he hasn't had the Bullet Bourbon or Rye yet. Elijah Craig 94 yesterday. So Elijah Craig 94 that's a good point. So there's also a lot of good bourbons with the high rye mash bills, and those tend to be the bourbons I gravitate towards more. And basically for that reason is because I kind of like the spice in them. There's a couple of them that come to mind. The Elijah Craig small batch is really solid. The what's that other one? Four Roses. The regular Four Roses that you get, has that high rye mash bill. So you get a bit of spice in those. That's good stuff. I dig the spice in the bourbon for sure. Austin Gardner's in the house. What's up? Just getting in. Wow, came at the right time, buddy. We're sipping on some stuff. You got something lined up? What's going on? Get at us. Oh, Peter said he already answered it. I guess it's he says he ain't gonna put it in here twice, y'all. We gotta go back. You gotta go back and hunt for that. Right on. We'll figure it out. It's somewhere in the chat. Matt D said we had a Michter's US straight rye single barrel. It's pretty pricey. Maybe worth it over the bullet. Straight rye single barrel. I'm not sure about that. What's the price on that? I know they have like a regular Michter's rye, which I think is like $40 or something. I'm not quite sure. I'd love to know how much that one's running. That one costs you a single barrel. Yeah, Austin knows what's up. OBSF, yeah, for sure. I just found I was trying to do that whole thing with the Four Roses where you get the 10 different barrel strength single barrel variations, the 10 different mash bills or whatever. There's a bunch I haven't been able to find. I think I've had like 6 of them. I recently ran into a bottle of the Four Roses OBSQ, which is like the more floral, spicy one. It's 11 and a half years old. So I had to pick that up. I have still just struck out in the Glenmorangie Spios. Can't find it anywhere. Oh, Daniel, really? Where are you at again, Daniel? You should be able to find that. I don't remember if you're in some place that ships or not, but the Spios is surprisingly still, I don't know, pretty available. About $75 to $85. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of places selling it. I'll drop this link in the chat. I don't know if anywhere it'll ship to you, but check out that link. That might be a good place to look for it. Daniel said Family Estate rye for it. Yeah. Those Willett Family Estates are awesome. I actually, just about a year ago, right around this time, I did a Bourbon Trail, and Willett was one of the places I went. It wasn't a day that they had put out some of those older whiskeys that they sometimes do in their shop. But yeah, man, that was a cool tour. If any of you guys ever do the Bourbon Trail, check out Willett. It's a small, unassuming place, a lot of history, and they make awesome ryes. Definitely check that out. And y'all got some great ideas here for rye whiskeys. Interesting. Old Potrero rye. If you want a real earthy malted rye. Damn. Peter's had some funky stuff. I got to keep an eye out for that. Jack says, looks like it's bourbon night. Not tonight, my friend. We got everything but, actually. I got some rye in the glass right now. A barrel rye. I'll show you guys this bottle again. This is the bottle of it. It was a select pick for this liquor store I go to, so they got this funky label on the back. To rye or not to rye, that is the question. I will rye. Homer Simpson. Sipping on that. I'm gonna kill that wee beastie, and then we'll talk. We'll check up on our friend the Glen Scotia week. It'll be week 3 or week 4 of us checking in on that bot. We'll check up. We'll see what's going on with it. I got some updates on that too, so that should be fun. So the Glengoyne cask strength does come out in batches. Wow, it's almost 60%. Nice. Sounds really nice. All right, yeah, I'm gonna look for that one. Is that Canadian? I'm gonna take a look. Throw it in the machine and see if we can find that. Oh yeah, single malt rye, 19th style. Oh yeah, they do have it here. $90 American for the 19th century style single malt straight rye. Looks like it comes out of San Francisco. What do you think of that price? I'll tell you what, tonight, Brooklotti 2007 Rockside Farms is my rye. Nice. Nice. Richie, did you try the Glenmorangie Private Edition before this Bios, the Bacalta? No, I didn't have that one. That one's like relatively new, right? I haven't had that. The only of those private editions I've had is the Spios, I think the Astar, and then there was one other one, but I just can't quite remember. Jack cracks me up. And Peter said, yeah, $90 is a tough price here in the States because it's 90 in Canada. All right. Well, maybe I'll I'll do a little more hunting. Definitely interested, though. Comes out of Anchor Distilling, it looks like. Interesting. Sweet. Check it out. Calto's pretty good. I didn't chase another. Telex is doing Ben Rios tonight. Yeah. So I've never had Ben Rios. So Telex is going to be doing a review of some type of flora and fauna bottle from Ben Rios. And he's going to educate me and everybody about that distillery because I don't know nothing about it. I've never had anything from them. So sounds like a good pour. We'll check it out. He'll be on a little bit after 9 o'clock. All right, y'all. So as I kind of mentioned in the description, I think that I put up, I am going to start an infinity bottle. This is my first one. So y'all are going to have to tell me a little bit about what to do here. So the bottle I'm going to use is this really, really sweet Hibiki Japanese Harmony empty bottle, which was just emptied, actually. So I'm going to use this, and I think I'm going to do a peated infinity bottle. And I'm trying to think, like, should I just do like Islays, or should I do anything with peat? Or like, should I have peat with sherry or just straight up bourbon peat? I don't know. I'm kind of thinking just pour whatever the hell into it. But maybe y'all got some ideas. I don't know who here's done an infinity bottle before, and if so, kind of like how you've approached it. But I think I'm going to do it, and we're going to do it tonight. I'm going to get this thing started with the inaugural pour is going to be this Ardbeg Wee Beastie. I figure this will be a good one, as it's pretty bold and spicy. Oh, Richie says Anchor Distillery makes Anchor Steam beer. Okay, that's interesting. Because I really like that beer, and that kind of crossed my mind when I saw that, but I didn't think maybe they were doing it from the same place. Wee Beastie. Daniel's got some tips. First up, write everything down that goes into the infinity bottle. Use peat and add things that aren't necessarily peated to change the flavors up. Oh, interesting. Richie says anything peat. Okay, cool. So maybe I'll just do it like, yeah, we'll just do peat. All right. So what do you guys do? Like a whole dram? Half dram? Some shit? All right. We'll do this much. All right, here we go. Cool, man. I've been excited. I've been going back and forth on this for a while. I think this is a great bottle. I just didn't want to throw this away. Despite the whiskey being like average to above average, slightly above average, this bottle is just sweet. It's almost like a nice decanter. All right, here we go. The beginning of the infinity bottle. I will definitely write this down. Full dram, pretty much. Ardbeg Wee Beastie. Cool. I will track this too. Thanks for the tips. It begins. This will be fun. Sweet. Now I'll just pour off the rest of this, right? Why not? Okay, maybe not. There's a lot in here. We'll polish it off. Cool, man. This will be fun. Daniel said, just bought the Spios, $109 after shipping. Oh, nice. Yeah, $109. That's about the right price. Like, depending on where you get it, you know, most of those are like $100 when they come out. Enjoy that, man. That's a really good whiskey. 46% ABV, if I'm not mistaken. I believe so. Yeah. 46%. It's non-chill filtered. It's aged. It's basically, it's all aged in rye. I really enjoyed this. This is kind of a neat whiskey. You don't get fully, single malts that are fully in rye barrels. So enjoy that, man. Cool. I'm glad you were able to get your hands on it, buddy. Good stuff. Richie says throw in a couple ounces. Austin, certain infinity bottle in an old Fitz. Looks sweet, but I didn't know what I was doing, so I did all bourbon that was left over after different fights. Oh, okay, right on. How does it taste? I guess that's all that really matters. Is when you find something you really like, maybe you can recreate it. Oh, okay, that makes total sense. Matt D's got one. My infinity bottle have everything from Glenfarclas to Talisker to Alwini, Ardbeg. The list goes on. I write it all down. It's pretty tasty. Sweet. Oh man, this is great. Thank you guys so much. This is super helpful. Like I said, I'm pretty ignorant about it. I just know that some folks do it, and it seemed like it'd be fun. So yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I'll make a little spreadsheet tracker for this so we know what's in it. Good stuff. Andrew Page says, anybody here Tried Flavor Spirits Club. A wide range of sample kits for sale. I need to learn more about the rye and bourbons, and it seems this is a good way to try before you buy. I considered it once. I didn't ultimately do it. I don't remember why. I don't think there was anything about it that I was like suspect of, but I don't have any experience with it. So maybe some folks in the chat do. We still got 10 folks here hanging out, so maybe somebody's got some opinions on the Flavor Spirits Club. I'm just not quite sure, to be completely honest with you, man. Sorry. Matt D should send us a sample. Yeah, totally. Has anybody got their hands on this yet? This Ardbeg, the Ardbeg, what is it? Wee Beastie yet? Be curious if people are starting to see this popping up around them. I know I got it a little bit on the early side, I think, when it was, what, a month ago? Be curious if any of you guys have got your hands on it yet. Andrew Page had peated and non-peated infinity bottle. One day I combined them and it was really good. Yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I mean, so many different flavors you're putting in. Have any of you, none of you guys have done like bourbon and scotch in one, right? You've at least stuck with a type of whiskey. I don't know, man. I have a feeling I could like nerd out on this. So I'll be curious if what everybody's been doing. The Game of Thrones peated bottle could be a good infinity. Oh yeah, that would be good. I saw the Wee Beastie for the first time this weekend. Bought something else. Yeah, not gonna complain. Not gonna blame you there. Folks haven't seen it yet in Tennessee or North Carolina. Whiskey Straight Al's in the house. What's up? How you doing, man? Happy Tuesday, Booze Day. What's shaking, buddy? I've started my official peated whiskey infinity bottle tonight with a base of the Ardbeg Wee Beastie. I'm using this Hibiki Japanese Harmony bottle because I just couldn't stand to throw it away. So if you have any experience with infinity bottles, tell us about it, man. Folks are sharing a whole bunch of good stuff here. I'm kind of learning a lot, so I appreciate y'all. This Ardbeg Wee Beastie is still, I don't know, it's all right. I think I gave it a 2.75 when I did the review, and I think that's what I would stick with. I just don't think it's that much better, and it's definitely not as good as the 10. They say that it's aged in both bourbon and sherry. The sherry is super slight on this. I didn't pick it up at all after I first opened it. Just, at the end of the day, I'll pay the extra $4 and get an Ardbeg 10 just because I think it's just as smoky and peaty and intense, but it's just got a little more complexity and some more rounded flavors. This is just super edgy, spicy, decent, totally decent. I mean, as I said before, it's respectable. They put the age statement on it. It's 47%. It ain't like 40% like some distilleries would do with a whiskey like this. It's not NAS, but at the same time, it's nothing amazing, Nothing amazing. Yeah, what's up, Daniel? What did you get? What did you get instead of the Ardbeg Wee Beastie? Oh, cool. Yeah. Good advice. Yeah, I'm going to check that out too. Cool. Man, you guys are the best. This is why I do this, man. We can just share so much fun and knowledge with everybody, man. People learn stuff. That's what it's all about. Whiskey Straight Al. What did he say? I haven't gone down the infinity bottle road yet, but I'm enjoying an edge. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good pour. Yeah, this is my first one, Al, so I'll let you know how it goes. Mike's in the house. What's up, Mike? Is the Wee Beastie worth it? Not sure after hearing thoughts. Worth it? Nah. It's a younger, spicier, more peppery Ardbeg. The pepper note is kind of like the Corey Brecken. I just think that price-wise, you'll just wish you would have paid the extra $4 or $5 and bought the 10. I just think the 10 is a better whiskey. I did a uncorking review of it, so you can go check that out. I kind of talked about my first thoughts after opening it. I don't quite remember everything I said, but I mean, it's not bad. Unless you're a like total Ardbeg fanboy, you're going to buy anything they put out that you can afford. You're not missing much. That's about all I can say about it. Dram Dude's in the house. What's up, buddy? Happy Tuesday, man. Nice to see you. You probably know a thing or two about infinity bottles. We've just been chatting about that. I started mine tonight. I'm doing a peated whiskey infinity bottle, so it should be fun. So Daniel got the metal Ardbeg warehouse can package of Ardbeg 10. Over the wee beastie? Yeah, that's the right call. Definitely the right call. How do we say total wine for 48? I need to get an Ardbeg 10 to compare it with. I would like it better if the price was 35. Yeah, that's real. Lefroy Select prices right there. It's a competent whiskey, the wee beastie. It is. Spicy. It's got a decent body. Finish is a bit short, but knowing what I know about most of y'all, after chatting with you guys for what has it been, 2 months we've been doing this, plus on other live streams, y'all would buy that and be like, yeah, it's fine, but I guess I would have just rather got the Ardbeg 10. So if I had to recommend it, I'd say go that route. Just get a bottle of 10. Somebody you know is gonna buy the wee beastie. Just get a taste of it off them, and then you'll get it out of your system. Folks saying hi to each other. Looks like Daniel did the smart thing, says Matt D. Yeah. I totally agree with you on that. Daniel said, I actually saw the wee beastie first and picked it up, and then I saw the big white Ardbeg logo. What? Set the wee beastie on and never gave it a second thought. You're talking about that, the canister. I got one back there. I mean, come on, right? You got to get that. It's actually like well put together. You know, like it's not just like super cheap, flimsy thing that they give away. It's actually like well put together. It's obviously a cool decoration. I have a bottle of Ardbeg Grooves committee release sitting in mine right now. Yeah, man, that was the right move for sure. I hear you on that, Ben. You gonna get the wee beastie? You seen that in Canada yet? All right, I'm gonna do a power sip of this wee beastie because we're hitting the bottom of the hour, which means we gotta talk about the Glen Scotia single cask. I got a couple updates and mild updates. I'll tell you what I've done with this thing since we last chatted. Ooh. Yeah. Ardbeg. Definitely want the wee BC. My brother isn't interested. I don't know what it's going to be for you in Canada for a price on something like this. $60, $65. What's the Ardbeg 10 cost you in Canada? At Malt Muser, I already had a new bottle of Ardbeg. Basically passing that. Now I have two in a sweet decoration. Yeah, man, exactly. Daniel, and you think exactly how I did. If I saw that tin can, when I saw that the warehouse, the Rick House, whatever the hell you want to call it, Ardbeg 10, I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting this. I'm just going to spend this. I need another bottle of Ardbeg 10. I mean, who doesn't, right? You can't have too much of that around. Have you seen the Ardbeg 10 with the dog bone case? Yeah, I have. I've not been able to. I've seen it like in review videos that people have done, but I've never seen it in the wild. I wish. I would totally buy that one too. What are people paying for Ardbeg 10? Used to find it 46. Now it's like 50, 55. The prices are rising. You know, I don't think the prices are rising because of the wee beastie. I think they're rising just because, well, there's the tariffs, and this is kind of what happens. I'm seeing it around that $50 range too. I've seen it around 55. There are a few places I think I'm still seeing it sub $50. I just think that's going to be the new reality for the Ardbeg 10 for a while. And the wee beastie is not that much cheaper. It's like what, 40, 45, 48, sometimes 43. I mean, it's not like you're saving a ton of money there. 50 in North Carolina. Mark's in the house. Buddy, how you doing? Happy Tuesday, man. Raise a glass to you. Nice to see you again. How's the Scotch journey going since we last chatted? I don't think you were around last week. Love to hear if you've tried anything new since we last chatted. I know you've been just kind of dipping your toe in the Scotch, so do share if you got anything new. Don't get me wrong. I still want the VC, but yeah, there are other things to buy, more allocated stuff, which yeah, totally. Richie's Easting at around 50 at Total Wine. Yeah, I think that's just kind of what it's going to be now. I mean, even Lafroig 10, which usually is like a few bucks cheaper than the. I think it's like a few bucks cheaper than the Ardbeg 10 normally. Not much cheaper, but the Lafroig 10 I think is still kind of going up a little bit in price too. This is the way it's going to be, y'all. Man, you want to talk about a 10-year-old going up in price? Look at Springbank 10. And Springbank 10 is like, I've seen it for $90. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I won't pay that much for a Springbank 10. Come on. $66 in Ardbeg 10 is Norway, but we have crazy prices. Yeah, word. This is a great question. I want to say Lafroig, mostly because I think now here. Let me just say two things. One, I have never had a bad Ardbeg, but I have had bad Lafroigs. The Lafroig Select is a pretty bad Lafroig. The Lafroig 4 Oak Travel Exclusive is a pretty bad Lafroig. I've had disappointing Lafroigs. For me personally, the 2016 Carchis Madeira cask was pretty disappointing. I actually was mildly disappointed with the triple wood cast strength Carchis from last year. I think it's really good, but it wasn't quite as good as I wanted it to be. I have not been disappointed really with any Ardbeg. I have Ardbegs that I don't care for that much, like the NO. But would I say I was disappointed with it? Not really. That said, Lafroig has more whiskeys that I think are there's just more fantastic whiskeys from them. And there's just more variety of things that they do that I think are really interesting. Ugadal is amazing from Ardbeg. The Ardbeg 10 is amazing. Corryvreckan is amazing. But with Lafroig, you got even the discontinued 18. You have every year a 10-year-old cask strength that comes out that's got some variation to it. You got the Carchis that comes out, which has got amazing different wine finishes. For the most part, they're all really good. The Lafroig 10 is solid. The Lafroig 15 is solid. They have, whether it's their discontinued stuff, the quarter cask, the triple wood, these are all really good pours and at really good prices. So I think you can get better Lafroigs at cheaper prices. And honestly, I just kind of slightly prefer that hospital Band-Aid kind of seaweed iodine thing in their peat compared to Ardbeg, which is a little bit earthier, more rotar. That's just me. That said, it's really tough, man. Really tough. They're both really good. I am going to do a review later, maybe in a month or two, where I'm going to do a comparison of Ardbeg 10, Lafroig 10, Port Charlotte 10. So I'm not quite sure which one I would choose out of the 3 core range 10. So that's about where I'm at. I'd be curious to hear what everybody's got. I know everybody's got opinions on this one. Neo Xerxes is in the house. Yeah. The lore, man. The lore is great. I know it's not as good as the 18 that it replaced. Everybody says this, everybody knows this, but man, the lore by itself, really, really good whiskey. Really, really good. The thing I like about the lore, which is at least what I'm seeing around me, that used to be like $100 to $120 whiskey. I'm seeing it for like 80, 90 bucks now. For some reason, they're dropping the price a little bit. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, here come the comments. Yeah, exactly, Mike. You're totally right, man. I'm seeing that the Springbank 12 cast strength is gone up like $135 in some places. I'm seeing Springbank 15s for $150. $150 for the Springbank 15. That's wild. It's good to see you, Neo. I like it. I know if it was an Ardbeg, probably not. I don't know. That one just didn't do it. It tasted kind of like a diet Ardbeg to me. It just didn't quite do it. A diet peated whiskey. My man, you know what's up. You can't go wrong. Lefroy 10 cask strength. Best, I'll say it, best for price, value, and quality. Best Islay peated Scotch you can get. I don't think there's a better one. Really eager. I'm seeing that folks are getting the new batch 12 that just came out, man. I'm already hunting for that. I'm gonna go hunting for that on Thursday. Actually, I gotta get my hands on it. I get the cask strength every year. It's just awesome. Can't go wrong. Last year's was interesting. The one 2 years ago, the batch 10, which I still see everywhere. If you ever see a bottle of Lefroy 10 cask strength batch 10, buy it right away. It's awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. I saw that. So it's not even going to be just port. It's going to be port and red wine. That's exciting. I'll get it for sure. I can't not. I just can't. I got to get it. I'm surprised I haven't got my hands on it already. All right. A couple more here. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Yep. Yeah. Hey, man, I mean, I think by and large, I've only had one of the annual releases from Lefroy I didn't love, which was the Madeira. Ardbeg, a little more hit and miss. That drum rum cask last year was not very great. The Grooves was okay, but their prices are outrageous for those committee releases. And they're outrageous even for the standard release of the annuals. They're like $100 some bucks. I ain't paying that. So it's too much, man. It's just too much. Yeah, I know. I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Matt, you and me are comrades in arms on that. That is one of I get flack for that all the time. I do not like Talisker 10. I don't know why. I never have. I never will. I don't love young Taliskers. It's just me. That's awesome. Yes, it does. Yeah, there's a batch number on each one, and then it shows the month and year that it's released. So this year will be batch 12, February 2020. All right, y'all. It's time to bring out our weekly friend, Mr. Cloudy itself, the Glen Scotia, single cask, hand-filled from the distillery bottle. We have been going through the drama of this for the last couple of weeks. I got updates. Two things. Last week on Happy Hour, I told you at the advice of, I don't remember who it was, I should just write Glen Scotia about this and see what's up. So I did. I wrote Glen Scotia. I sent pictures. I basically said, hey, what's going on with this bottle? Is this something I need to worry about? Has it been tainted? Why is it so cloudy? Is that just how it's supposed to be? I asked them, essentially, take a look at this. What do you think? They wrote back to me, and they said, frankly, they were concerned that I had a negative experience with one of their products. They asked me to provide a scanned number, which they said is on the bottle, so I could tell them which lot it came from. And then they asked me if to send a prepaid postage to me so I could send them the bottle. Well, I had to explain to them again, this is a hand-filled from the distillery bottle, so there is no lot codes, and so therefore no date or lot information scanned on this. All there is this cask number. And so I resent them back. I did send them originally a picture of the label. And then I said, well, I'm also in the United States. So y'all, if that's cool, send it over and I'll mail this to you. I have not heard back from them. They had responded, I think it's been almost 72 hours. Or 48 hours. So they were very nice in their email, but I haven't heard back yet. My assumption is they're not quite sure what to do. So this bottle's hanging out for the time being. As I mentioned last week, one thing I did 2 weeks ago was I let this sit out overnight with the cork off to try to get rid of that horrible, I won't say horrible, a very unfamiliar and for me personally unpleasant, chewed vitamin shoe varnish must thing going that was like nothing I'd ever had. We noticed last week it went away a little bit. And so I have not sipped this since last week, but I did let it sit out for a full 24 hours this time with the cork off. So we're going to throw this in the glass. This is after another session, this time not 8 hours, but 24 hours of this sitting out. I'm going to get a different glass for this because I want to make sure there's none of this peat smell in it. It's a dirty glass, but what can you do? And we're going to, let's see what's happened after another week of oxidization plus 24 hours with no cork. One more time for the folks in the back, if you've not seen it, this whiskey is still cloudy as all hell. It has not gotten less cloudy, even though we are past the neck pour. Nothing's really changing here. Again, rich sherry and peat nose, sweet and oily, develops with lemon drizzle cake with a salty hue, a classic peated Campbelltown whiskey. 56.3%, about 10 years old, single cask, hand signed by the person who bottled it, non-chill filtered from the distillery. Let's do it. Here we go again. Again, this is not Scotch Mist. There is our friend, the Glen Scotia. All right. It's still there. Again, it's still there in the background. It hasn't dissipated much since last time. Again, it is this like you've opened. What are some of those weird candies that you had as kids? Smarties, you know, just this kind of powdery, chalky sweetness. It's in here. It's still dominant. Beneath it, you can still get some of that fruit. And then there's that funky shoe varnish, kind of like old shoe varnish that's been sitting in front of the, sitting in the sun or something. Oh, it's still there. Still underneath it, you get some of those notes. There's a little sweet vanilla. There's some dense, rich fruits. I'm not seeing much difference than it was last week. Let's give it a taste. Sweet, slightly salty, big fruit hit on the arrival, and then it just overtakes your mouth. It is incredibly intense. Pepper, smoke. The smoke is more in the background. Vanilla, caramel, dark fruit, honey, slight citrus. As it goes into the finish, though, oh, it's back. It always shows up in the finish. That note, I'm starting to think it's just the character of this whiskey, despite how questionable it looks. It's just like, I guess this is just what it is, but I'm telling you, this doesn't taste like anything I've ever had. I don't know what it is. Medium finish. Chocolatey. That whole thing, it's savor. It's like you're eating like a piece of smoked meat or something where like the smoke flavor just kind of is in the background of everything while you have some more dominant flavors, except it's not smoke. It's this really weird, obscure flavor that I just cannot understand. All right, let's put a little bit of water on it just to see. Yeah, it's still there. I mean, it's not as bad as it was that first week. If you go back a few weeks and look at my live stream when I opened this, that was brutal. When I first opened it, it has went away, but not quite as much. All right, water now. I'm telling you, the palate on this is great. I could really enjoy it. Oh, fuck, there it is again, though. Man, I don't know. God, man, It's so weird. Somebody else is gonna have to taste this. Like it's either I am like just still too inexperienced somehow. I mean, I've been sipping scotch for some years. I like to think I know a thing or two. Unless I might just be so inexperienced that this is something I just have never had, or it is just there's something wrong with this. It's not right, man. It's not right. Like, look at the bottom of this. I don't know if you can see this. Do you see that dark ring around the bottom of this? If I go like this, it kicks up these like ribbons of like black dust, probably like residual from the barrel, because obviously this is like straight out of a barrel, not filtered, but like, man, I don't know what this is. It's like caked on here. You see that? Look at that. I don't know, man. So where do we go from here, y'all? Obviously, this bottle is here to stay. I haven't lost my vision. I haven't lost my vision. It is providing a little weekly fun for us to chat about. What do I do next? I mean, are we at the point now where I just got to like let this thing sit and just see what happens? Oh my God. There it is again. It's still just there. I'll take some advice. Hop in the chat. Let me know what you think I should do. I'll let you know next week if Glen Scotia has got back to me and if this bottle is put in a box and sent over to Scotland for scientific analysis. I'll let you know. Until then, it is going to be my good friend. And as I've said, once this coronavirus thing clears up, I am willing to send samples of this. And I might just bottle up a couple samples now, because what if it changes and then I'll just be alone with this experience and nobody will be able to know what the hell I was talking about. I might just bottle some up this week, but happy to take some advice on what I should do with this. I know last week I mentioned I didn't want to say how much I paid for this, but it was an investment. This was over $100. And I was excited about it because I love Glen Scotia. Let me know what I should do next, y'all. Here's your weekly update on Mr. Cloudy, the Glen Scotia. I'm going to power through this dram because, God damn it, I paid for it. Let me catch you into the chat and see what's going on. Don't sniff it, bro. Daniel says, hell yeah. My man, I need my people here. Jackson, it's a good thing. Benzin. Oh, man, y'all are in. All right. Let me see if I can go back. Peter says, you need to send a sample to Telex to do a live stream. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yes, but sweeter, like sweet, fruity Tums. And then, man, it's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know how to describe this slightly smoky, slightly medicinal, slightly shoe varnish thing. I don't know how to explain it. I really don't know how to explain it. But somebody must. My man. Mike, always a pleasure. And put a smile on my face. I'm telling you, man, like, this is a good whiskey. The body of this is really heavy and viscous. It's just this, whatever this overcoat is just fucking it all up. Woo. Anyways, that's where we're at. What do we do for next week? That might be very true. I think that might be the truth. Oh yeah, there's something bad. I'm wondering if I know what a Necco wafer is. I might not know what that is. Oh man. Yeah, send Telex. I will. I'm gonna send Telex. Andrew Page. We're gonna become like the FBI. I'm telling you, once this shit clears up, unless I don't have to send this back to Glen Scotia, I will figure out to get as many of you samples of this as possible, and we can do it. If you can hold on to it, once you all get them, we can do it here on the stream. And I guarantee one of you is gonna be like, "Oh yeah, man, that's just this. What are you talking about? Why are you freaking out?" You guys are the best, man. Yo, Austin, I haven't got a bottle of that yet. I just did the A120. I'm going hunting for that this weekend. If I find it, I'll do an uncorking review of that bad boy right away. Right away. Because I'm all about it. All right. If that's the case, chalky is a way I would describe this. But here's the thing. It's two things. It's both a flavor and a note on the nose. More of a flavor. And it's chalky for sure. But it's like more than that. It's like, I don't know if it would just be like a candy, but it could be close. There's also this note on the nose. Man, let me see if I can get it off the bottle. Yeah. Ah, man, no. I don't know what that is. There's something wrong with it. I'm convinced. I know I've went back and forth on this, but there's something wrong with it. Similar to wax lips. Yeah. Partially. Yes. But there's more. It's like, it's not just waxy, kind of chalky. It's more. It's sharper. It's like, again, like chewed vitamins. Like, or you bit into a kid's vitamin and it was like a sour version or something. I don't know how to describe it. This is nuts, man. I don't know. Daniel's in. Oh, I see. Oof. God, what are y'all doing over there eating that? Doesn't sound great. This whiskey's ridiculous because I smell it and I'm like, oh, what's that funk? And then I drink it, and for like 2 to 4 seconds, I'm like, oh man, this is really, really good. And then, bam, it comes back in. I don't know. And again, it's not just this flavor. Many of you have validated that you've never seen a whiskey this cloudy. Just one more time. Have you ever seen a whiskey this cloudy? Look at that. I wish I had a lighter or something, like a cigarette lighter, so you could see how cloudy this is. You know what? I'm going to try this. Maybe this will work. Just for the hell of it. We'll just do this real quick. I'm going to put my phone light in the back of this. I mean, look at how cloudy that is. Compared to, say, another non-chill filtered bottle. This is compared to this. I mean, look at the difference. This is absurd. No, that's not working so well. Let me try this again. Look at that. I mean, come on. There's something wrong with this. It's got to be, right? Or it's the most unchill filtered whiskey in the history of unchill filtered. Yeah, totally. Scotch tape. It's like that tape. It's like you ate a piece of tape, like a piece of that just Scotch tape you use. Yes. Yeah, I can. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, though. Fuck it. Let's do it. 1 second. All right. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. But look at how cloudy that is. Come on, man. This is insane. I can see it. I mean, it like comes up in ribbons. Bizarre as hell. Anyways. All right, y'all. That's the report for this week. We'll check it out next week. Yeah, definitely a big difference, right? It's like not even, and that Craig Elke is an unchill filtered whiskey. So it's like, it's not like, it's been put through a filter. And oh God, it's like right when you breathe out after you sip it, you get that note, and it's just ruins everything. Oh well. All right. We're going to throw some wheat beastie back in the glass here, which I'm going to thoroughly rinse out with water. And we're approaching that 9 o'clock hour. So pretty soon we will head over to hang out with my main man, Telex the Whiskey Tech, this week. Yeah, I might do that. I might just run it through a filter. But I'm going to bottle up some samples first because y'all got to have it in the raw. Telex is going to be talking about Ben Rias, Flora and Fauna bottle. I'm not sure what that is. I don't have any Ben Rias. I've never had Ben Rias. So our chat tonight's going to be a little bit more freeform than it is normally, but it still should be a good time. He's going to tell us a bit about what Ben Rias is all about and if it's a distillery we should go hunting for. It very well might be. I have killed the wee beastie. Adios, wee beastie. It's been real. I probably won't see you again. But he's going to tell us about Ben Rias. Should be a fun chat. As always, once he's ready to go live with the chat, I will throw the link here in the chat box here so folks can migrate on over there and continue the chat. If you all are feeling loose, want to keep talking whiskey, let's do it. Should be a good time. Telex is good peoples. This has been a lot of fun. Not sure what I'm going to do next week yet. I will have a new review coming out Friday. All my reviews are on a schedule now. I'm doing them every Friday. I'll give you a hint on what it is. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hibiki Japanese Harmony. It might or it might not be that. This is my new Infinity bottle. Thank you guys for all the tips on how to do this. I'm going to set up a tracker. I'm going to do peated whiskey in it. We'll see what happens. We're starting it off, the inaugural, my first ever Infinity bottle with a Drama Ardbeg Wee Beastie. So appreciate y'all for that. But yeah, I'm going to kill this bottle tonight. So good riddance. I don't know. It's not that bad. Not that good either, but so it goes. Anyways, as I mentioned, I will bottle up some samples of that. And have any of you guys got your hands? Yeah, it's not an official bottle. Ben Rias, I think, has official bottlings. I've only seen indie bottle. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, you know already more than I do. Telex is going to be educating me on it in about 15 minutes. So Nat T says 9. What the fuck? It's 3 a.m. My man Nat must be overseas. Where are you at, buddy? What are you doing up at 3 a.m. on a Tuesday anyways? Not hating. I'm glad you're here, but would love to know. I appreciate your style. If I didn't have anything going on tomorrow, believe me, I'll be doing the same thing. Yeah, cheers, Richie. Appreciate you, man. Richie, you and I have been chatting for what? How long now? We've been talking about whiskey back and forth. God, a couple of years. Food Quake channel. I've been following your Instagram, which I'm really having a great time with. Same with Ben Demon Hunter. If any of y'all are on Instagram, I set up an account a couple weeks ago. Malt Muser Whiskey. Shocking name, but check it out. I'm gonna post some pictures this week. This week I'm gonna share some flashback pictures of my trip to the Bourbon Trail. So go check it out if you guys are Instagrammers or whatever folks call it. Norway, Night Person. Cheers, man. I like a lot of music from Norway. I've never been, would love to. Since it's Tuesday, first day of the weekend, it should be. Tuesday's the worst work day of the week. Actually, to be honest with you, I got a 3-day week this week. I got off on Friday, mandated day off, and yeah, my work does things like that. We have some mandated Fridays off once a month for the next couple months, just because of how intense things have been in the world of work, which I do, but also taking Thursday off. So I'm gonna get a nice 4-day week. I already told you what I'm doing Thursday: bourbon hunting, Scotch hunting. I'm going to be out looking for the Lefroy 10 Cask Strength Batch 12. I'm going to be out looking for the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B520. I'm going to be checking out both of those. Hopefully I get my hands on them. Maybe the Carchus has showed up here in the United States. I'll be checking for that too. So I'll be doing some hunting, which is always a lot of fun. I got some spots I go over to in South Jersey, right across the river from where I am in West Philly. And I'll see if I can get my hands on any of the good stuff. me do a quick checkup on my man, Telex the Whiskey Tech. I think he's probably doing his review right now, but he may be going live already. Who knows? Not yet. We're still waiting on that, so I'll let you guys know. I'll drop it in. Awesome. Love the show and hang out tonight. This one was really good. Mudwater is getting money. Daniel, I appreciate you, man. It's so fun to hang out every week. I'm so glad you got your hands on that Spios too. I'm actually that's going to be my 99th review. So I should tell y'all, I think I've mentioned it, but if anybody's here that wasn't here, so this week will be my 98th review. Next week will be 99. And then I'll be hitting the number, hitting 100. Looks like it's cool too, because I'm almost at 500 subscribers. Maybe I might not quite get there, but it'd be cool to get 500 subs. If I hit 500 subs before my 100th review, I'm going to do a live review of it. But I got something real special lined up for the 100th review. And honestly, I wouldn't be able to do any of this without y'all, because it's so much fun to hang out, chat whiskey. It ain't about flash and trying to think I'm special. I'm just a guy trying to enjoy whiskey. And you guys know just as much as I do, which is why I learned so much from everybody and why I keep doing this. So it's a lot of fun. I'm going to be reviewing this, the Highland Park 21, brand new. This is the first release of their new batch, August 2019. Really stoked for this. This is going to be my 100th review. This is an expensive whiskey. Something I don't get my hands on expensive stuff like this often. I got a really good deal on it. So I'm stoked. I'm going to be cracking this open. So that should be a lot of fun. That's what I'm going to do for my 100th review. My 99th review, though, and Daniel will appreciate this, is going to be the Spios. I'm going to check out the Spios. I'm going to share my 2 cents with you guys on this one. I'll tell you this, it's great. It's a really good whiskey. So a lot of fun things happening on the channel. Obviously going to keep the Tuesdays going because this has been so much fun. And, you know, you guys are freaking awesome. So I wouldn't be doing this without any of you. Yeah, man. Oh, via Alan. Yeah, man. I love Alan, the whiskey friend. Whiskey Throttle. Fantastic. Yeah. Cartridge is always a year late here in northern New Jersey. Looking forward to the port. Yeah. I hope I can get my hands on that still. No. Cheers. Yeah, cheers, Richie. Yeah, Highland Park 21. This is like a new Highland Park 21. They used to have, it was a 47.5% ABV. This one is 46%. Love Highland Park. Should be a lot of fun. Yeah, cheers. Thanks, Al. Thanks for your support. If any of you guys are not yet subscribers to Whiskey Straight Al, head over to his channel real quick before we start Telex's show, y'all. Give this guy some love. He's doing great whiskey reviews. He's one of the folks I check out every week. Just fun stuff. Really cool guy. Cheers, Al. Thanks for swinging by. Good. I'm glad to hear that because I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll be interested, Daniel. Like I said, so the review itself is going to post the 19th, June 19th. So you'll probably get your hands on it. You can hop in the chat for it and tell me how wrong I am on everything I say about it. Yeah, but no, I really enjoy this. I admittedly, I'm a Glenmorangie fan. I like a lot of their stuff. I think I've reviewed Glenmorangie whiskeys more than anything else except maybe Lefroy and maybe Elijah Craig. I think I even have a Glenmorangie playlist at this point. I think I put one together. I really enjoy their stuff. I really do. And so they're kind of one of my contrast whiskey distilleries that I go to. I think they do quality whiskey. I think they do interesting whiskey. I mean, like, again, Scotch whiskey aged in rye. They have some great different wine finish bottles. I just think Glenmorangie does good stuff. So I look forward to doing this review of the Spios. And, as I said, I think I usually gravitate towards the heavier smoky stuff personally, but you got to have some of those whiskeys that you go to the other way. Never had that at Highland Park 21. Yeah, I'm really excited to open it. I'm going to do it. It's going to be an uncorking review. So I'm going to do it where I just pop the bottle on the video. I'm going to do it live. I'm not going to know anything about it. I'll share what the bottle has to say. There's a lot of info on it. and I'll share what I think about it. It's a whiskey that I think you can find in some places in the U.S., but it's not super easy. But I'm excited to share my thoughts with you guys on it, and honestly excited to drink it because I love myself some Highland Park. Do you have a link? Not quite sure on that. What are you looking for a link for? I'm watching your back reviews, Whiskey. I really like your style choices. You remind me of a single malt review. Oh, I love single malt review. Yeah, Spirit Safe too. Single malt review, man, those guys are great. This is another channel y'all should check out if you don't. They're from New Zealand. Man, their style is awesome. They were one when I did my first. I did a little celebration of my first 100 subscribers. They were one of the channels I shouted out because those guys are awesome. I strive to be as like on point and knowledgeable as they are about whiskey. Yeah, Mike knows what's up. Hit up his channel, y'all. Oh, Mark was asked. Oh, that's what you were asking for the link for. Yeah, just hit up youtube.com and search for Whiskey Straight Al. He's got a great channel. Check it out. You'll love it. Mark's cool, man. Mark is just getting into single malts, learning a lot about Scotch. He's been coming on the channel. We had a couple drams here on his birthday. Mark, you'd love that channel. Do check it out. Whiskey Straight Al's good people. Yeah, totally. I've only had a pour of it. I've actually never had a full bottle. I know they used to have an age statement on it, and then they went back from the age statement. If I'm not mistaken, they don't have the age statement on it anymore. It's just a NAS, which is like kind of a bummer, but I got to try it. That's a Sauternes cask release, which is I'm totally into. Yeah, Nectar's great. Again, I've only had like a glass of it, so I can't speak too much about it. I had a glass of the one when it had the 12-year age statement. I'd be curious if anybody's had the NAS version and what they think about it. I know it's a bit more. I mean, it's a bit more than like your La Santa, which is the sherry cask finish, or the Quinta Ruben, which are like in that, which is the port cask, which is in that like USD. It's like in that 50 to 60 range. The Nectar d'Or is more, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's more in the like 70 range. I liked it when I tried it. I don't know enough. I wouldn't be able to give a solid opinion because I've just not had enough sips of it. The Glenmorangies that I've had, I really like the Glenmorangie 18. I like the Signet, but I wouldn't buy it because it's like $190 USD. My favorite, I read that 15 Cadwell Estate that just came out, which is really good. It's like a local barley thing. You can even, I don't know, say what you want about that whole angle. It's still a good whiskey. The Quinta Ruben 14 and 12-year, both are great. Really enjoy both of those. The La Santa standard, the 10. I mean, it's just intro. I mean, you can't pick a better intro single malt for somebody maybe than the Glenmorangie 10. I think it's just a great standard release. And there's a couple others. So it looks like our boy is ready for action. I'm going to drop the link here. So check out the chat, y'all. I'll hang out for a few minutes just to make sure folks can get their hands on it. Telex has started his Ben Rias 15 show. We're going to learn all about Ben Rias tonight. I'm looking forward to chatting with Telex. I hope y'all are looking forward to joining us if you can stay up this late. I'm not sure Matt D can because it's already 3 a.m. his time, but if you're a third shifter, swing on by. We will be at the link that is in the chat. Telex is going to educate us on some Ben Rias, and I'm just going to sit there and absorb what he says while I finish off this Ardbeg Wee Beastie. Cool, y'all. It's been another fun week. Appreciate every one of you. Stay safe, stay well. For those of you joining us over at Telex, I'll catch you over there. If not, check out my review of Hibiki Japanese Harmony Friday if you're into that. I'll catch you guys next week, man. Much love. Appreciate y'all.